AI is not replacing doctors, and if you look closely at what is actually happening in healthcare right now, the real shift is not about who delivers care, but about how care is being structured, interpreted, and ultimately scaled across systems. Most physicians, understandably, are focused on the wrong threat because the conversation everywhere sounds the same. People are asking whether AI will replace doctors, whether tools like ChatGPT are safe to use, and whether machines can diagnose better than humans. But those questions, while they seem important on the surface, are not the ones that will define your future in practice. The biggest transformation happening in medicine today is much quieter than that and much more structural, because it is changing the way decisions are made, the way information flows, and the way patients enter the clinical encounter. Most doctors are still thinking about AI as just another tool. Something similar to an electronic health record or a scribe, or maybe a slightly more advanced search engine, something that helps you document faster, improves efficiency a little, and fits neatly into the system you are already used to working in. That way of thinking feels comfortable because it preserves your current role. It allows you to believe that nothing fundamental is changing and that AI is simply another layer of convenience. But that assumption is exactly where the problem begins. Because tools optimize systems, but they do not change them. And what is happening right now is not optimization, it is restructuring. And when systems restructure, roles inevitably change, expectations shift, and the way value is created inside that system evolves as well. To understand this shift, you have to look at 3 different layers of medicine that are already being affected. The first is information access, because for decades, physicians functioned as the primary gatekeepers of medical knowledge. Patients came to us because we had access to information they did not, and that created a natural imbalance in the clinical relationship. That imbalance is disappearing because today patients can access structured medical reasoning almost instantly. They can enter symptoms, receive possible diagnoses, explore next steps, and even simulate follow-up questions, which means they are no longer arriving as blank slates, but as partially informed participants in their own care. The second layer is workflow. Because documentation is increasingly being automated, triage is being augmented by intelligent systems, and decision support is starting to appear in real time within clinical processes. And while this seems like a simple efficiency gain, what it actually does is redistribute your attention, moving you away from data collection and toward interpretation. The third and most important layer is the role of the physician, because what you are actually seeing is a transition from being the primary source of information to becoming the validator of decisions, the interpreter of complexity, and the manager of uncertainty, which is a fundamentally different type of work. If you translate this into a real clinical scenario, the difference becomes obvious very quickly. Imagine a patient presenting with chest discomfort. In the past, they would walk into your office and say something simple like, "Doctor, I have chest pain." And from that moment, you would begin constructing the entire clinical picture, gathering history, building a differential, and deciding on a workup. Now consider that same patient today. Before even stepping into your clinic, they have already interacted with AI, they have entered their symptoms, reviewed possible causes, and formed an initial framework of understanding. So when they arrive, they are not asking what is happening. They are asking whether their interpretation is correct. This shift changes your role immediately because you are no longer building the problem from the ground up, you are stepping into an already structured narrative and refining it. You see the same pattern in chronic conditions. Take a patient with persistent low back pain, someone who has already been through multiple evaluations and treatments with limited success. In the past, they would come to you looking for answers, but now they often arrive having already explored potential solutions using AI. They might mention physical therapy, core strengthening, lifestyle modifications, or even interventional options, not because they independently discovered them, but because they have already been guided through those possibilities before seeing you. At that point, your role is no longer to introduce options, but to evaluate, prioritize, and contextualize them, which again reinforces that you are not the starting point of care anymore, you are the filter. This is where the real risk emerges, and it is not what most people think. The risk is not that AI replaces physicians, because medicine is too complex, too contextual, and too dependent on human judgment for that to happen in a meaningful way. The real risk is that patients begin to trust outputs without validation, acting on incomplete reasoning, or misunderstanding probabilities because AI can be directionally correct without being clinically complete. AI does not fully understand nuance, it does not experience uncertainty, and it does not integrate subtle contextual signals in the same way a trained clinician does, and that gap is precisely where your value becomes more important, not less. The problem is that many physicians respond to this shift by resisting it. Rather than adapting to it, they try to preserve the role they have always had instead of redefining it for the environment that is emerging. They ask how to protect what they do today instead of asking what their role becomes tomorrow. And that difference in thinking is what separates those who will adapt from those who will struggle. Every major technological shift follows the same pattern. It does not eliminate professions, it reorganizes them. And the individuals who thrive are the ones who recognize the change early and adjust accordingly. When you step back and look at this more broadly, what it means is that your value as a physician is shifting away from knowledge recall and toward decision quality. It is less about providing information and more about interpreting it, less about explaining standard pathways, and more about recognizing when those pathways do not apply. And it is more about managing ambiguity in situations where there is no clear answer. Your skills are not easily automated, and they are becoming more important as the system evolves. What this ultimately creates is a divide within medicine, not between AI and doctors, but between doctors who understand how to work with AI and those who do not. That difference shows up in efficiency, in patient experience, in confidence, and even in burnout. Because physicians who integrate these tools effectively are able to offload lower value tasks and focus on higher level thinking. Over time, that difference compounds, and it becomes very difficult to close the gap. And this is why this shift should not be seen as a threat, but as leverage. Because for the first time, physicians have the opportunity to redesign how they work, reduce administrative burden, and focus on the parts of medicine that actually require human judgment. But that only happens if you recognize what is changing, and more importantly, if you are willing to adapt your role to match that change. Most doctors are still asking the wrong question. They are asking whether AI will replace them. The better question is how AI is changing what it means to be a doctor, because that is the question that actually determines your future. And the answer to that question is already unfolding in real time. If you want to understand how to actually apply this in your daily workflow, then the next video is where this becomes practical.